Hi, Ingrid Geronimo here from Dancing Dragonfly's Wisdom. Thank you for viewing this, my Ascension Insights and Understandings, video 11. So first of all, welcome. I want to share some things with you about the Ascension symptoms and insights and the shift that is currently occurring in the world. But first I want to tell you that I have been having some wonderful experiences. I recently had a women's event that took up a lot of my attention and my focus, and so the videos had a gap in them. However, the insights and information that I was getting during all of those processes that I had to undergo in order to get a larger scale event going and to present it successfully, the videos that I wanted to do at that particular time were something that I was still receiving information for. So I have a lot of information, and you're going to see some videos coming out in the next couple of weeks regarding some of the insights that I have received in the past couple of months. The first thing I want to talk about tonight, though, is some of the current experiences that you might be having. I had dinner with a beautiful couple tonight. They are wonderful individuals, and the conversation, because of their spiritual awareness, of course turned to some of the concerns that they had medically and in relation to what might be the things that people are experiencing as a shift in their physical being. So forward, I want to first state that because of the world that we still currently live in, I need to say the full disclaimer. If you are feeling any kind of discomfort, if you are uneasy about anything that you might be experiencing right now in relation to your current physical health or what's going on in your body, you should go and see a doctor. I am not telling you that the things that I am stating here are things that you should undertake if you have any uneasiness with it. I want you to be able to trust yourself. And when you get to the point where you trust yourself, you'll be able to make better decisions and better choices about what you're currently experiencing and feeling and how that relates to the current shift. So having said that, let me proceed with the information that I was guided to provide you. So first of all, right now, and I'm going to use myself just as an experience and just as an example, right now, the experience that I am having is that if I went to the doctor would more than likely tell me that I have high blood pressure. I've experienced this within the past couple of years. And each time that I experienced the shifts that were happening, that I knew were shifts that were happening, what I typically did was I was okay. I did not go to the doctor specifically for what was going on with my heart beating at a different rate, the way that it is beating now. What I did was I realized that it was part of the shifts that were coming and were going on and have been going on for a while. And that I just was experiencing it a lot more. My sensitivities were heightened, so I was able to experience it and hear my heartbeat within my head. It was really loud, especially when I laid down to go to sleep at night. During that time, I did go to the doctor for something else, either for a physical, for a job, or something to that effect. And the very last occasion, which was just about a year ago, or a little bit over a year ago, I went to the doctor, and the doctor basically sent me to the hospital. While I was in the doctor's office, I was pretty calm and relaxed, and the nurse took my blood pressure. And after she took my blood pressure, she said, "Excuse me," and she said, "I'll be right back." And at that point, I had a hint that she had some concern. So, to make a very long story short, the doctor came in, and said that they were concerned about my blood pressure because typically when someone has their pressure that high, they're either having a heart attack or stroke. Now, I knew when they were telling me all this that I was fine, but I couldn't convince them of that. So I wound up in the hospital. They did tests. They put me on blood pressure pills. All of the tests came back that I was fine. And when they went back and checked my records for the previous year when I had also been checked and had the same stress tests and everything done, they realized, wow, you've been like this for a while, so this must be your normal, which was something that I tried to tell them, that it was my normal. The medical profession right now is a wonderful thing. They save lives. But what's happening is, with the shifts in the world, our medical norms, our physical norms are changing. As a result of that, the medical profession may not be ready to deal with the shifts that our physical bodies are taking. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is, as I said before, if you feel really concerned about it, you should go and see a medical professional. But know that if you go see the medical professional and you really actually are okay and it's just part of the shifts, you possibly may be medicated for something that is just a change or a shift that's going on in your body. I'm not here to give you medical advice. I can't state that enough. But what I want you to be aware of is that that may be a possibility. And here's the reason why I'm bringing it up. Because there are people who I know who are friends of mine who have gone to doctors for different things that they've been experiencing. The doctors cannot understand what's going on. They've tried everything that they can to figure out why their pressure is so high or something to that effect. They medicate them. The medication may not be working necessarily, or the medication may work, but then it causes something else. So I just want you to be aware of these things so that you make better choices for yourself as you're being guided and as you're being given information from our wonderful doctors. The paradigms for how we are, who we are in these bodies are changing, they're shifting. And as a result of all of that, many things are going to shift. You have to know that. But the experiences that you will be going through will be so much easier if you just take some time to relax and breathe into them. In this time, you need to adopt a way to de-stress yourself, to really just come back to the core and the center of your being and experience the truths that are there. Not only for you, but for all of us. They've always been there. We've always had them from the time that we were little. If you look at a little child, you'll see they have no concerns of these things. And yes, I know there are many different experiences regarding children coming into the world with certain illnesses and certain situations medically. Those were choices. We all have choices, not only here, we have choices even before we come here. We are just ever pervasive. We exist in and out of this form. We exist in many forms, and in relation to the time that we experience here, we exist over many times. We are in the ever-present now. There is no time. But because we have constructed a framework of time, then we can say that we have been here many times and experienced many things over these many times. I want to give you more information, but I want you to sit with that information for right now. Just understand that your body's going through changes. Think about it. Evolution from any point in time or any physical structure of a being is going to cause shifts and changes in the body. Be okay with it. Be at peace. It's all wonderful.